Hello everybody, again, it's Jeff with you. I'm back with another contest entry. This is like contest entry week for me this week. And this is one of the contests that actually took probably the most thought out of all the ones that I've done so far. I've still got one more, I think, that I'm going to try to squeeze in maybe tomorrow. If not, it'll just have to wait till next week. But this contest is for Tim, my buddy Tim. His channel name is DJ Highnoons, and he just passed the 300 subscriber mark. Congratulations, buddy. Well deserved, long overdue. You should have 10 times more subscribers than you do right now. I just want to say a few words about Tim. I think he's been in the VC almost as long as I have. I think I've only been beat him out by a couple months. I know he passed his 1-year anniversary as well, I think, right? And from the very start, as soon as I started watching his videos, it was one of those things where, you feel like a kindred spirit type of thing. Because, I watch a lot of VC videos. A lot. I obviously don't comment on everything I watch, but my subscription list, people that I'm subscribed to, is very long. And I don't think a month goes by without me adding somebody else to it. And while I like watching different people for different reasons, I like watching Tim's videos because, it seems like he's very personable. It makes you feel relaxed. Probably has something to do with his voice. Tim's got the greatest voice on the VC. If I had a voice that smooth, I'd probably be a DJ, or I'd read audio books or something on tape. Books on tape. Remember books on tape? But just felt a kindred spirit, kind of brother type of feeling when I started watching Tim's videos. So it's another case of I'm sad that, we're halfway across the country from each other. And because I know if we ever did hang in person, I think we would get along great. So that's one of the reasons why whenever I see a video of his come out, he's one of the few people where I drop everything and watch it as soon as I possibly can. So I wanted to get into this contest, mostly to show support and pay respect to your channel, give you some props, give you some shout-outs, and just to have a little bit of fun with it. So, yeah, if any of you who are subscribed to me and you aren't subscribed to Tim, I will put a link down below to his channel, and please do yourself a favor and check him out. Great musical taste. I mean, probably the biggest Jimi Hendrix fan, I think, on the VC, and you had me right away with that. If nothing else, for that. But the scope of records that Tim shows is pretty wide. He's got a lot of great variety, which is a necessity to keep my interest going. So, yeah, it is one of those guys where you're like, wow, you only got 300 subscribers? You should have tons more. And I'm hoping that this contest will boost that number for you. I'm sure it will. So, let's get to the contest itself. It consists of 2 questions, which is pretty simple on the surface, but when I actually started thinking about these questions, it got to be a little more complicated because the first thing that he wants us to do is show 5 albums, at least 5 albums, with a common theme. Now, I went back and forth on this one a lot. And there were many different directions that I was thinking of going in. But at the same time, I try to do something a little off the beaten path as best I can. So in that regard, I've got 5 albums here that all have the common theme of being considered yacht rock. Now, for those of you who don't know what yacht rock is, there's a very funny series on YouTube that you can search out for. Just search for yacht rock, and something will come up along those lines, and you'll see it was like a 12, I think it was a 10 or 12 part series. Very cheaply made, but very funny. And I guess if you were to define it, it would be music that came out probably from, you know, maybe the mid-70s through maybe the mid-80s. Kind of like adult contemporary, I guess, would be a pretty close approximation of it. A lot of people just call it dad rock because it's very smooth. And when you see the albums that I'm about to show you, you'll get a better idea of what I'm talking about. First album being the king of smooth, Michael McDonald. This was his solo album called If That's What It Takes. And this album contains the song I Keep Forgetting. Now, I can't think of a more prototypical yacht rock song than I Keep Forgetting. And I honestly like yacht rock. This is the kind of stuff that I grew up with. This is the kind of stuff that was on the radio back when I had no control over the radio. So this was the stuff that my ma listened to a lot. And just like so many other weird things growing up, it burrowed its way into my brain. And I don't care if anybody else likes it or not. I love it. So Michael McDonald is, speaking of smooth, he's smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy, according to Bruno Mars. I know. I stole that lyric. But man, a totally unique voice. I could have gone, I have one of his Doobie Brothers records. I could have gone with that, but I went with this instead. Michael McDonald, If That's What It Takes, featuring the song I Keep Forgetting. If that's not yacht rock, I don't know what is. Lionel Richie is another one who is, pardon me, who is a prototypical yacht rocker. This is his album Can't Slow Down, and you could pick just about any song off of this one if you wanted to. All Night Long, that would be a great choice. Penny Lover would be a great choice. Hello would be a great choice. This is yacht rock to a T. Lionel Richie, he can't slow down. No, no. And of course, I know I said I would never show this album again, but this is the only place that I have it on vinyl. Hall & Oates, definite yacht rockers. I'm thinking the song Sarah Smile in particular. I don't have the silver album where that song originally appeared, otherwise I would have shown that instead. So you get to look at their greatest hits, Rock and Soul Part 1, yet again. Sorry. Even a song like I Can't Go For That, No Can Do, would be a very good choice for a yacht rock song. Hall & Oates. But Sarah Smile definitely fits the bill. You know, very smooth, very laid back, very chill. The kind of thing that you can just relax to and feel good on your yacht. If we had a yacht, if I had a yacht, this is what I'd be playing, without a doubt. And then, of course, you have If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. There you go. That's another yacht rock song. A good song, but it signaled the end of Chicago as a jam type of band, unfortunately, because that's where Peter Cetera started really taking over the reins, and it wasn't long after that that Terry Kath unfortunately died, and then the direction of the band really went down the tubes. But for one brief shining moment, If You Leave Me Now, this is from Chicago's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. It's the only place I've got it on vinyl that I could show, is a prototypical yacht rock song. Wouldn't you agree? I would think so. And finally, and this record is actually going to tie into the second question of this contest. Steely Dan. Thinking of a song, thinking of Deacon Blues would probably be a great choice for a yacht rock song. Maybe Peg. Maybe Josie. Yeah. Because Steely Dan definitely had that kind of smooth jazz vibe going before there was a term called smooth jazz. So I thought I had the Christopher Cross album, his first album. I thought I had it in my collection. I don't know if I put it in my storage unit. I don't think I gave it away. But I was looking and looking through my shelving here, because that was going to be one of my choices, because I had the first Christopher Cross album, you know, a song like Sailing. That would be a perfect type of yacht rock song. So you kind of get the idea. I don't want to be too, I hope I don't sound too cheeseball with this theme. But, you know, with the type of music that you usually see from me on these videos, you know, I wanted to do something just a little different. So that's what I went with as my theme. 5 yacht rock albums. I hope it's okay, Tim. I hope you still love me. I still love you. So the second question on the contest is to name 3 of your favorite lyrics. Now, I'm sticking with Steely Dan, Asia, and the song Deacon Blues, kind of like as a transition from one question to another, because Steely Dan were masters at writing kind of cynical, arch, you know, lyrics that kind of poke holes in characters and people. And if you know the song Deacon Blues, which I think probably most of you do, you know, it's all about this guy who, you know, he's kind of a loser type, you know, sitting in a bar, kind of fantasizing about what he would like to do with his life, you know. So the lyric I'm choosing from that song is pretty much the chorus. It's, you know, I'll learn to work the saxophone, I'll play just what I feel, drink Scotch whiskey all night long and die behind the wheel. They got a name for the winners in the world, and I want a name when I lose. They call Alabama the Crimson Tide, call me Deacon Blues. And, you know, there's plenty of other lyrics in that song. It's kind of a long song where he just, you know, imagines, you know, crawl like a viper through these suburban streets, you know, make love to these women, languid and bittersweet. It's just that kind of, I don't know if it's a lovable loser type, but it's definitely someone that probably, you know, just hangs out in a bar and drinks all day, and just, it's one of those, I could have been a contender type of people. And Steely Dan captures that perfectly and, you know, kind of pokes at it a little bit. So that was my first lyric for the second question. Now, another lyrical master is Elvis Costello. And this is his album Blood and Chocolate. This came out in 1986, and I'm actually going to have to put my reading glasses on because I have the lyric sheet. I don't have these lyrics memorized, but for those of you who know this album, you know it's really not a happy, feel-good type of record. And, of course, the big, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a twisted love song, is a song called I Want You, which sounds like one thing but really means something else. I mean, I'm not, the lyric takes up the entire, you know, length of the sleeve, but the first section is, oh my baby, baby, I love you more than I can tell. I don't think I can live without you, and I know that I never will. Oh my baby, baby, I want you so it scares me to death. I can't say any more than I love you. Everything else is a waste of breath. Huh? Yeah. He was in a pretty dark place when he wrote these lyrics. It's probably why this record is so good. And Angry Elvis definitely puts out the best material. Sad to say, you have to be in that place, but it's true. That's just one of those songs where, you know, it just goes on, as it goes on and on, it gets a little more twisted and paranoid, and the delivery of the lyrics also has a lot to do with it too. And this is probably one of Elvis's best sung, or best delivered set of lyrics. And it was one of the things that popped into my head when I was trying to think of, you know, favorite types of lyrics. So this is my second choice. I Want You, off of the Blood and Chocolate album by Elvis Costello and the Attractions. And then, oh, sorry, I bumped the camera, sorry. Probably one of the most famous lyrics that got misunderstood would be the title track off of Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. And, you know, people just focused on the chorus, you know, Born in the USA, you know, like it was this anthemic chant. But when you listen to the words, it's just a very sad and depressing and painful song, you know. Like this guy is, the lyrics I'm thinking in particular are come in the middle. It's where he goes, I had a brother at Khe Sanh, fighting off the Viet Cong, they're still there, he's all gone. You know, it's a very simple, just 4 lines that just captures the intent of what he's trying to say, you know. And it was really kind of funny, not in a ha-ha way, but in a sad kind of way, how, you know, Ronald Reagan tried to, you know, co-opt the song as part of his election campaign, and Bruce said, no, you're missing the whole point here, dude, that's not what this song is about. So though, as much as I like a lot of Bruce Springsteen's songs, and he's another fantastic lyricist, I've always liked the title track to Born in the USA because it was so economical in his words, and he was able to get his point across very succinctly. And it's another song where, you know, it does have an anthemic accompaniment, you know, by the band, but the words are just so raw and painful that it just, you know, kind of turns your head one way and then the other. So this has always been one of my favorite songs by him, containing some of my favorite lyrics by him. So that'll be my third set of lyrics, Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. So there you go. I hope this is a good enough entry for you, Tim. I hope you enjoyed it. Even though it was yacht rock, I know. Hey, I'm always going to try and find a twist on something and do something a little bit different, as best I can. So, once again, if you haven't subscribed to Tim, please do. Very enjoyable to watch, very enjoyable to listen to. And I hope that this contest blows your channel up even more than it already has. So, once again, congratulations on hitting 300 and being in the VC for so long. And I'm sure we will talk soon. I know we had a nice little chat yesterday on Messenger, so we'll have to do that on a more regular basis. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. So until next time, peace. This is Jeff, and I will see you again soon.